Indigenous music plays a huge role in history and education, with ceremonies and stories passing ancestral customs to the new generations. Ceremonial music is known to originate from spirits and other respected individuals. Rituals are shaped in every aspect of a song, dance, and costuming, each showing the makers, wearers, and symbols to the village, tribe, clan, family, or individual. Their stories are told through song and dance, where epic legends about cultural heroes are reenacted. Eastern Woodlands music can be distinguished through a call and response style singing known as antiphony. Their people stretch from maritime Canada and New England to the Great Lakes and the U.S. mid-Atlantic. The songs of the Eastern Woodlands are rhythmically complex and are characterized by flutes and whistles as solo instruments and drums, rattles, and striking sticks. Plains music is nasally, with high pitches, lots of falsettos, and a step-by-step descent down an octave. Their songs are divided into two parts, in which the second part is always repeated before going back to the beginning. The Plains people are found mostly in the American Midwest and rural Canada. Think Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. In the Pacific Northwest and British Columbia, open vocals and monophony are the most popular. Long melodies with complex rhythms and declamatory in nature, derived from speech. This is the most diverse instrumentation, with whistles, flutes, horns, and percussion instruments accompanying. The Inuit people of the Arctic are well known for throat singing that is rarely found in other cultures worldwide. The Inuit people use throat singing as the basis for a game, with narrow-ranged melodies and repeated notes marking the end of a phrase. Box drums and hand drums are also common in Inuit music. Enter a tribe called Red. Internationally acclaimed for their politically charged powwow drum dance music, the group describes its music as powwow step, as the soundtrack to a contemporary evolution of powwow. ATCR is a part of what educator Wab Kinew has called the Indigenous Music Renaissance, which is an innovative new generation of Canadian Indigenous artists. The Ottawa-based group was nominated for the Polaris Music Prize in 2013 and 2017 and has won 3 Juno Awards for Breakthrough Group of the Year in 2014 and Group of the Year in 2018. Born at the Babylon, where an Ojibwa bouncer turned DJ wanted to have an event for Indigenous youth, he then met with his Cayuga and Mohawk friends, and this is where Electric Powwow began, back in 2007. Met with overwhelmingly positive response, the DJs held Electric Powwow on the second weekend of every month for 10 years. In 2008, Powwow Step was born through a tribe called Red. While Indigenous youth were the direct targets, a large number of non-Indigenous people were drawn to these club nights. In addition to music, the parties also featured presentations by one of the group's members, who spoke on his mother's goal to recontextualize stereotypical depictions of Indigenous people in movies and TV shows. A Tribe Called Red later partnered with Indigenous author Joseph Boyden, who performed spoken word on their third album, titled We Are the Hallucination, released in September of 2016. We Are the Hallucination was shortlisted for the 2017 Polaris Prize and named Album of the Year at the Independent Music Awards. The group opened the 2017 Juno Awards Gala in April, which showcased an Indigenous dance troupe and Inuit throat singer Tanya Tagaq. October of the same year brought a departure for a founding member of ATCR, who announced he was leaving to shift his energy into mentorship and advocacy work after publicly sharing that touring with the group was a trigger for his anxiety and depression. Activism is something that A Tribe Called Red takes very seriously. Back in 2013, the group addressed non-Indigenous people on Twitter who were showing up to their shows in red face and wearing headdresses. The group also began a social media campaign to get the Nepean Redskins football team to change their name by invoking the use of the hashtag #ChangeTheName. The team became the Nepean Eagles in January of 2014. However, for pursuing the issue, the group received a lot of online abuse to the point they filed a human rights complaint with the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal. Although maybe not as prominent as the music people listen to nowadays, A Tribe Called Red is still attempting to draw attention to Indigenous issues in Canada. In 2020, during the pipeline and railway protests, they released a song called Land Back in support of the Wet'suwet'en First Nations opposing the Coastal GasLink pipeline. The song was for anyone working to promote Indigenous land sovereignty and a true nation-to-nation discussion between the Indigenous nations of Turtle Island and our Canadian settlers. A Tribe Called Red is now best known as We Are the Hallucination after their 2016 album of the same name. For me, I hope you enjoyed my little video presentation on Indigenous music with a focus on A Tribe Called Red, one of my favorite Indigenous bands, I have to say. And since I have been listening to them since about 2015, I'm going to play, I'll have the YouTube video of their Electric Powwow Drum song, which is my personal favorite. I'm going to finish the video off with that, so hope you enjoy.